Okay. All right. Let us let's just get started however you want. You can come down on your backs. You can get seated. Um, just find some sort of a position where you can um, get a clear channel going with the breath. Um, Being that it's early in the day, it might be on your backsides. That might just feel kind of more where your body's calibrated already, or it might feel nice to sit up. And if you're seated, suggest them just to sit on a pillow or a blanket or something to get the hips up, just so you're not overcompensating with the hip flexors. So you can take your time finding your way in. And whatever position you're found in, just take a moment to feel into whatever space of the body you associate with grounding. So if you're on your back, it might be the back space of the body, but even seeing if you can get clear there. Is it the full back space of the body? Is it the hips? Is it the weight of the head? Is it both? Maybe the soles of the feet. If you're seated, it's likely the hip bones, the base of the spine. And just take a few moments there, maybe even some gentle movement so that you can really feel that release and grounding with your physical experience, as well as the support of the earth coming up. So there's two aspects here of grounding. There's our ability to sense into it and release into it. And then there's also the thing that is supporting. And so in this case, that thing is physical. So just see if you can sense into that space. And then when you're ready, just close your eyes if they're not already. And just take a couple sighs. Just a couple like easy, luxurious, let it out sighs through the breath. And then let the breath return to an easy inhale and exhale. We're going to take 5 deep breaths together today. Counting them as we go, we're going to start at 5 and then come down to 1. And I just want you to count the numbers in your head. So the first breath would be 5 in, or the number 5 as you're breathing in, and then number 5 as you're breathing out, then 4, then 3. Pretty simple. So take a deep breath in, and we'll just sync up here and out. And then we'll start breathing in with the number 5 in your mind, repeating 5. Exhale 5. 4. 4. 3. 3. 2. 2. 1. 1. And I want you to stay at 1. So several more rounds of breath, just counting 1 on the inhale and 1 on the exhale. And maybe you noticed, I do when I'm in that breath, that the 5 feels like my awareness is really wide. And by the time I get to 1, I feel a little bit more into the center of myself. Sometimes I feel rested in my heart. Sometimes I feel rested in my belly. Sometimes it's in my head. But just taking some time wherever that 1 brought you to. It might not be a specific point. It might be more broad. And just stay with that space, repeating 1 and 1. I'm going to share a poem this morning called The Practice, Letting Go. My strength is not determined by the heaviness I choose to carry. When I loosen my grip on what was, I allow myself to experience the fullness of what is now. When I release what no longer serves me, I return to the natural rhythm of my highest self. To be connected to self is to be connected to the very ground I stand on, the foundation where all rises from. My past does not define all that I am. It waters my roots and prepares me for where I'm going. So you can stay with that 1-1 count If you're on your backs and it's available to you and the palms aren't already up, go ahead and flip the palms up. And if you're seated, flip the palms up. And you can, again, stay with this 1-1, or perhaps shifting that internal dialogue to I'm on the inhale. And on the exhale, it might be willing. It's the word that I've been playing with. You might have a different one. It might be I'm ready. It might be I'm here. Just pick something simple, first thing that jumps to mind. And if the word morphs a little bit as you're going, that's totally fine too. We're just going to stay with it on a tiny bit more. This breath and mind attention. If you've switched from 1-1 to words, notice the impact of those words into your skin, into your cells, into your spirit. Notice the role of the breath carrying those words like salve down through your body, painting, maybe with color, your whole experience with whatever those words are. Just a couple more breaths. And then go ahead and release that. If your palms were up, turn them down, just kind of affirming that. If you're on your back sides, go ahead and gently just start to make your way on up to seated to meet the rest of us up in seated. Good. And then take your hands to the thighs or to your knees, and we're just going to take some real gentle spinal circles here. This can look however you want. So spinal circles is the only direction you're getting from me this morning. However that feels nice, taking it one direction and then taking it the other direction if there's a way to reverse whatever movement you're doing. And then we'll come back through center. If you're seated cross-legged, go ahead and just switch the legs since you've been cross-legged there a little while. We'll just take some gentle movements here with the body. On an inhale, sweep the arms high. On an exhale, peel the elbows wide. Scoop them forward, fingertips back, go rooted through the sit bones. On an inhale, lift the heart. On an exhale, hug the left arm over the right. Tuck the chin to the chest. Inhale, open the arms wide like wings. Exhale, interlace the hands around the low back. Roll the shoulders back. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, release and let the fingertips sweep past the legs. Inhale, up. Exhale, elbows down. Inhale, scoot the elbows forward, heart lifts. Exhale, right arm over left. Inhale, elbows peel wide, arms straight. Exhale, interlace the hands. Inhale, roll the shoulders back, lift the heart. Exhale, release. One more time, both sides. Inhale, sweep the arms high. Exhale, elbows down. Inhale, scoop the heart. Exhale, left arm hugs over right. Tuck the chin. Inhale, peel wide. Exhale, interlace the hands. Inhale, roll the shoulders up. Exhale, release, last side. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, elbows wide. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, right arm over left, tuck the chin. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, interlace. Inhale, roll the shoulders back. Good, and then we're just going to stay here for a moment. Feel the sit bones rooting. And then feel like somebody had their hand around the back space of their shoulder blades, kind of scooping in the underbelly of the shoulder blades to the back of your heart and lifting up. So there's a levity. Notice as you feel rooted through the sit bones, this becomes a little bit more pronounced. Nice, and then release the hands and just go ahead and walk it forward. Easy forward fold here. You might not even forward fold. You might just put the fingers in front of the shins, and that's totally great. If you want to walk them forward a little bit more, you can. And then rocking over the knees. And coming into cat-cow. Again, cat-cow can look however you want it to look today. It can be really traditional. If you'd like to take more into the side bodies, that's totally fine. Same with your breath. Good. And then we're going to do a slight variation here. Come to the neutral spine. On an inhale, drop the belly, scoop the heart forward. And then on an exhale, round the spine to the right and kind of look to the left. So you're rocking the right shoulder forward and right hip bone back. And then peel the spine up towards the ceiling in this arch cat position. We're just going to stay here and rock the hips side to side. And then pause, take a breath in, and exhale, find neutral. Inhale, drop the belly, scoop the heart forward. Exhale, pop up the left side body this time. Push down with the right heel of the hand. Kind of get that curvature to the left. And then around the spine up towards the ceiling. Again, rocking side to side here. Pausing in the middle, take a big breath in. And then exhale, neutral spine. Good. Let the knees come wide, big toes touch, sit on back. Your choice for child's, I would suggest maybe moving it side to side here. That can just feel really nice in the morning. Getting that compression in the front of the hips as you rock the torso side to side. And then come on up to tabletop. Let the hands come under the shoulders, knees come back underneath the hips. Tuck the toes, press down through the hands. Draw the belly button and the front ribs up and in here, so you're really strong through the underbelly of the torso. And then just float the knees, just like an inch. It's a tiny little bit. Notice if you're dumping into the low back here, really draw the belly button up and in, and press down through the heels of the hands so the shoulder blades are turned on for the shoulder girdle. Take one more deep breath in. And then exhale, keep the knees really bent, just send the hips towards the back of the mat. Good. And then inhale, come back to hovering in tabletop. Deep breath in. Exhale out. Really strong through the core, but soft through the muscles of the face. So find where you can get some softness in the posture. And then let the parts that are supposed to be strong be really clear and strong. Take one more deep breath in. Exhale. Press down through the heels of the hands, sit the hips back. Good. Then inhale, come through neutral tabletop and exhale back into down dog. Nice. You can pedal through the feet here. It might feel nice after that to reach a leg up and then drop the heel towards the opposite hip and just get a nice stretch with the quads. Any sort of movement in your down dog that can feel nice. Okay. And then go ahead and come back down into tabletop. Lower the knees down towards the earth, tuck the toes, and go ahead and sit back onto the heels. On an inhale, reach up high with the fingertips, elbows come wide, drop the sit bone down, and scoop the hips forward. You're just going to gentle stretch your front of the quads and the hip flexors, lifting the heart. One more deep breath in. Exhale, arms come wide around the heart center, sitting back onto the heels. Deep breath in. Exhale, hands come down towards the thighs, palms up. And just take a moment here before we move into some different movement to connect back either to that one or to your mantra. Taking pauses through the practice today to just refine center, refine purpose. Remember it in the tissues and let it move you into the next flow. We'll go ahead and walk back out on the tabletop. From here, take the, let's see if I want to go first. Yep, okay, so take the right arm and reach it high. And then exhale, thread it through, bend the left elbow and come down onto the right shoulder. We're not going to stay here, we're going to press down through the left hand and peel it back open again. Exhale, thread it through. One more time. Inhale, open it up. This time, exhale, thread through, come down onto the right shoulder, down onto the right cheek. Maybe move this left hand out for stability. Good. Deep breath in. On an exhale, press down to the left hand for stability here and draw the left leg back to straight. Kickstand the toes onto the earth. On an inhale, lift the left leg to hip height. Exhale, lower it down. Inhale, lift it up slowly for the whole length of the inhale. Exhale, lowering it down. Really keeping the belly drawing up and in here. Last time, inhale, lift it up.
Exhale, lower it down. Good. Inhale, lift it up. See if you can keep it lifted here. Bring the left hand back closer towards the underneath the shoulder, and we're gonna unwind and lift the right arm forward. So use your core, press down for your foundation, reach the right fingertips forward, and then exhale, lower the left foot down, right hand down, and open up to the side of the mat. Good, spin that right heel back slightly for stability, reach the left fingertips up and over. Good. Deep breath in. Exhale out. On an inhale, come up through center. Exhale over to the left. Dropping the sit bones down, really reaching through the right side of the body. Good. Inhale, come up through center. Exhale, back over to the right, lowering the fingertips down slowly. Nice. And then walk the hands around underneath the shoulders. We're going to turn the left toes out, bend the left knee, and walk the hands. So as you're doing this, the right heel is kind of scooting under, the left knee's bending. You're coming in with a little squatty lunge, and then walk it back, scoot the right heel back, straighten through the left hip. Make sense? So a little flow here, you should feel into the hips. Back and forth. The exhale takes you into this bent position. Inhale, takes you back. This time, go ahead and exhale. Turn the left toes out, bring your right heel underneath, and we're just gonna come to sit. So the back of the forearm here is onto the knee. The right hand is down onto the thighs. With your choice here, palms up, palms down, palms are up. Maybe pointer and thumb finger together. Good. And then taking the hands back down, go ahead and straighten. And then we're going to turn and face the back of the mat. So this is getting a little slinky. Don't worry. I'll just follow my voice. We'll guide you through it. Bending through the right knee, the left knee, the left foot is forward. Inhale, reach the left fingertips high. Nice. Then exhale, circle them down to the outside of the left foot, walking it back into half Hanuman. And then exhale, walk it forward. Inhale, walk it forward, back. Exhale, walk it forward. One more time. Inhale, walk it back. Nice. Exhale, walk it forward. And then turn the left toes out to the side of the mat. And we're going to bring this right knee underneath, coming to sit in Ardha Matsyendrasana. So the sit bones are here, the left foot is up and over, the right heel is tucked in towards the sit bone. On an inhale, reach the left arm high. On an exhale, twist. On an inhale, both arms high. On an exhale, twist to the left. Inhale up. Exhale right. Inhale up. Exhale left. Last time. Inhale up. Exhale right. Inhale up. Exhale left. Good. Go ahead and stay this time. Maybe you have the knee towards the chest. We're here for just 2 more breaths. Good. And then when you catch the next inhale, lengthen through the spine, get light through this left leg, and send it down along the mat. So the torso is still facing to the side of the mat here. The left leg is extending towards the front of the room, front of the mat. Taking this nice, easy side bend. Good. And then taking the right hand down, go ahead and turn the left foot down, reach up. Nice. And then come back down and extend both soles of the feet towards the front of the room. Walking the hands towards the outside of the shins, feeling rooted through the sit bones. Grip the mat and draw the belly and the heart forward, flexing through the soles of the feet. Nice flat back variation. If this is really hard, you can grab a blanket or a t-shirt or your sweater or whatever you have there just to get a little bit more access into the hamstrings. Nice, and then round the spine down. And as you round on up, bring the soles of the feet with you on towards the mat. Hands to the backs of the thighs. Press the belly forward, lift the heart. Exhale, round it back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, back. One more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, back, and then find neutral spine here. Starting to lean that same space that we were lifting in the back bend earlier behind the heart, the shoulder blades. Lift that space and then start to lean back, but someone has our hands that are supporting you. Soles of the feet get light, bring them up. Parallel towards the earth, release the fingers, palms can be up. Maybe stay here or take a breath and lift the arms. On an exhale, drop the arms to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. We'll all be back here. Cross at the ankles. Come on forward. And step it back. Finding your way into down dog. Pedal through the feet. Get a nice stretch into the side body. Kind of notice a different experience after that short, slinky on the ground flow. And then inhale, lift up high onto the toes. Exhale, lower the knees back down to the top. Inhale, left arm sweeps high. Exhale, thread it through. Inhale, sweep it high. Exhale, thread it through. Last time, inhale, sweep it high. Exhale, thread it through. Good, coming all the way down into the left shoulder, the left cheek. Move the right fingertips out towards the side for support. Good, and then draw the right toes back on towards the earth. Really press down there. Push down through the right hand. Again, find the foundations of the posture. Draw the belly button up and in. On the next inhale, lift the right heel high. Exhale, lower the foot back to the earth. 2 more times. Inhale, left. Exhale, lower. Inhale, left. Exhale, lower. Good. Scoot the right hand back in, closer underneath the shoulder. Lift the right leg again, and press through the foundation. Unwind to the left fingertips. Forward. Good. Then lower the left hand down, lower the right foot down, press through the outside edge of the foot, and peel the right arm high. Nice. Exhale, reach the right fingertips over towards the front of the mat, and a nice stretch through the right side body. Then engage the belly on an inhale. Float on up. Exhale, over to the right. Drop the left shoulder down and really reach and get that length through the left side body. Good. Inhale, come on up through center. Slowly as you can, replacing that left hand back down towards the earth. Get that nice stretch in the right side body. Good. And then walk it around. Hands come underneath the shoulders here. Turn the right toes out. Then through the right knee, left toe comes under the sit bones. Inhale, straighten through the right leg. Outside edge presses down. Good. Exhale, take you in. Knees are out. Inhale, turn the knees in. Straighten the legs. Exhale, bend. Good. Inhale. Last time coming into sit. So bring the left heel underneath you. You can have the top of the foot here or tuck the toes if they're more comfortable for you. Maybe scoot the right foot in slightly. The tricep can be to the inside of the knee here, opening it up inside of the right knee, or maybe just the backs of the hands, back of the forearm. See if you can find grounding in the posture. And then replace the hands underneath the shoulders, straighten through the right leg, and then turn it around, bend around to the back of the mat. Left hand comes under the shoulder. Right arm reaches high. Nice twist. Maybe leaning it back here if that feels nice. And then lower the right hand down on the exhale. Walk it back, curl the right toes towards the face. Bend the right knee, walk the hands forward. Back and forth. Half Hanuman. Low lunge. One more time, half Hanuman. Good. Low lunge. From here, bringing the left knee to tuck under the right, continuing to work around the mat. Feel for the sit bones. Feel for that right big toe mound. These are the foundation points. Left hand comes out to the side. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, open twist first. Good. Then inhale, both arms high. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist to the left. Just continuing with your breath here. Great spot to close the eyes. Really sense into this in-between movement that exists before you get to the end of your range of motion. Just kind of notice all of the color and the flare there in the middle. The next time you come to the right, go ahead and stay. Be hugging that knee in. Good. And then we'll send the right leg down the mat towards the front. Right hand comes to the inside of the leg, left arm up and over. Nice side bend. Relax the left shoulder. Maybe play with relaxing the head here. Sometimes that can feel nice. So take a half line. And inhale, come up through center. Left hand to the back of the mat. Turn the right foot down. Sweep it up and over. Nice side bend. Good. And then as you land a sit bone, send both feet towards the front of the mat. Fingertips on the outsides of the legs. Draw the mat back towards you. As you do that, you're going to feel this rocking up on the sit bones, opening through the heart and the chest. Curl the toes back towards the face. Maybe walk a little lower. Good, and then come on back, soles of the feet onto the mat, hands to the backs of the thighs. Open up the heart. Exhale, round the spine. Inhale, lift. Exhale, back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, back, and then find neutral spine here. Hands, imaginary hands behind your heart, up under the shoulder blades, lean back into them. Maybe even imagine it's a certain someone. Legs lift, fingertips release. Find the ease, relax the shoulders, maybe even relax the fingertips here. Take a breath in, and then cross the ankles. And come on back into down dog. Pedaling through the feet. Good. And then finding stillness here in down dog. On the next inhale, lift the right leg. Exhale, step the foot forward right between the hands, turn the back foot down. And come on up to warrior two, facing the side of the mat. Reach the arms wide, lift the fingertips a little bit. You feel this into the shoulders, lift it long through the side bodies, and then flip the palms up. As you exhale, bring the arms back down to shoulder height. Pointer and thumb finger come together here. Gaze is forward. You might keep the elbows slightly bent, scoop them slightly forward. And then inhale, straighten through the right leg. Exhale, soften back into the warrior. And feel the upper body expand wide. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend. One more time. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend. Go ahead and take this left hand, release it behind the back, so back of the palm to the sacrum or a full half bind here. Reach the right fingertips forward, get long through the right side body. And then take it back into reverse. Gaze can be down at that back foot or high. Relax to the right shoulder. If you have this half bind, press the fingertips down into the thigh and use that as an assist and an anchor point and getting more of the lengthening of the side body. One more deep breath in. Exhale, unwind all the way back down. Inhale, sweep the right leg back and high. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, roll the spine forward through plank. Exhale, your choice, you can lower all the way down to baby cobra or take half dog. On the next inhale, and then exhale back. Down dog. Next breath in, lift the left leg. Exhale, step it forward between the hands. Turn the back foot down. Breath in takes you up to warrior two. Good. Reach wide here. Lift the fingertips, feel the shoulders turn on. Length through the side bodies. And then on an exhale, put the palms up. Pointer finger and thumb come together as you bend the elbows slightly and lower the arms back down. Gaze over the front arm. Breathe. Notice the quality of this particular gesture with the arms and the hands. Different than this. This is more sword-esque. So warrior two. Connect into whatever that quality is in your posture today. Inhale, straighten the left leg. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale. Exhale. Right hand comes and finds the back of the sacrum or the full half bind to the top of the left thigh. Reach the left fingertips forward, let the left side body get long. And take it back into reverse. Breathe. One more inhale, long through this left side body. Exhale, gently unwinding out of the bind. Frame the front foot. Sweep the left leg back and high. Exhale, down dog. Finding a flow, rolling forward through plank. Exhale, lowering down. Any of that in between movement. And then inhale, rise up onto the toes. Exhale, bend the knees. Traveling towards the front of the mat, feet hip distance apart here. Take the hands to the shins, breathe the heart forward. Exhale, stay. Maybe lifting through the toes, really into the bony structure of the feet. Take one more lift through the inhale. And then on an exhale, bend the knees a lot, bring the belly down towards the thighs. And then grab peace fingers around the big toes. Press the big toe mounds down into the peace fingers. And scoop the heart forward. Knees are really bent here. On an exhale, keep the knees bent. Let the heart, the neck, and the head come over the front of the knees as the elbows come out towards the side. Head reaches towards the earth. Maybe even shake it. So you feel that relaxing through the neck. And if you'd like more into the back of the hamstrings, you can start to straighten through the legs. Good, take one more breath in. Exhale, release the hands, good. And then press down through the feet, rolling on up to standing. One vertebrae at a time. Good. Palms forward. Lengthen through the spine, press through the feet. And just stop and stand. Connect back in. Few rounds of breath here, either inviting back in the 1-1, or whatever mantra you were playing with at the beginning of class. Good, and then we're doing this kind of backwards today. Usually we start with semis for warm-ups, but now that the body is warm, we're just gonna use that really simple flow that a lot of us know, and I'll guide you through it the first time. We're gonna do it 4 times. I want you to stay with the mantra that you have or the 1-1 through every breath of the flow. Four times through. So, finding a minute here, maybe shaking it out at the top of the mat, and then ground yourself into attention. Feel the feet, feel the palms, feel the heart, link through the top of the head. Breath into center. Exhale out. Inhale. Arms lift high. Exhale. Forward fold. Inhale, hands to shins or to earth, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, step it back to plank. Breath in, exhale, rearward is willing. Inhale, baby cobra or up dog. Exhale, find your work. Inhale, rise up onto the toes. Exhale, bend the knees a lot, gaze towards the front of the mat. Step forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, melt. Inhale, arms wide. Exhale, hands to heart center. So that's the flow. On an inhale, we're going to continue. And I won't physically cue the postures anymore because I just want you to follow your breath. And if you feel like deviating from a sun A, please do. Maybe whatever the word is or the mantra is that you're working with wants to move in different ways. Let it. Maybe coming to the end of the second or the beginning of the third flow here, probably. Start to get even more clear and convicted in this intersection space between your breath, your words, and your movement. Notice your tissues Start to take on that story, start to believe. Notice the difference in the energy in your eyes. Your drishti, where your gaze is set. Notice what parts of the flow seem to matter. Let this just be a moving meditation. When you're complete, you just meet at the top of the mat. Eyes can be closed or the gaze can be soft. But let the focus be internal rather than external. I just want you to see what you can feel. Notice what you notice. The various layers of the breath, the physical and the emotional and mental bodies. And then open the eyes. Okay, so we'll hook the thumbs together. I'm going to inhale, lift high. On an exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands back and we'll just go right into down dog. Breath in is going to lift the right leg. And on an exhale, bring the right knee towards the right wrist. We're going to come down into pigeon. Any variation of pigeon that you'd like today. I love tucking my back toe under here. It just helps my left hip square down. You can tuck a blanket under your right hip. Just feels really nourishing. Grab a block here. Sometimes it feels good to let the forehead rest onto the block and rock it side to side. So any variation that feels nice. If you're working towards your shin parallel towards the front of the mat here in your pigeon variation, make sure you're protecting your knee by flexing this right foot. And then just soften, surrender, release. Lifting the hands back up underneath the shoulders, tuck the back toe if it's not already. Lift the knee, engage the belly. We'll float that right leg back. If you'd like, you can bend the knee, open up through the hips. You can take wild thing. And then finding your way into the second side at your own pace, left leg lift. And bring the left knee towards the left wrist. Again, different sides. So notice as you come in, be particularly attentive to what this side of the posture might need. It might be the same, it might be an entirely different experience. Find your way on in. This posture, that's very much indicative of a surrender, an internal scanning. Notice if there's anything you could do to nourish yourself a little bit more here. To allow for that sort of chronic implication to expand. Maybe it's just focusing back on the breath. Maybe it's directing your attention clearly to a part of the body. Maybe it's coming back to your mantra. Maybe it's focusing more on the exhale instead of the inhale. All these things we get to try in our laboratories on our mat. And walk the hands back up. Tuck the back toe. Lift the knee, press down with the hands. Get strong through the core. And then float the left leg back and high. Again, options here to move however you'd like. And then we'll find our way back into down dog on a breath in. When you catch it next, come up onto the toes. And then lower the knees down. Cross at the ankles. And just find your way on back. Onto the sit, or onto your backs. Just gonna take one final posture here. Restorative bridge. If you've got a block, go ahead and grab that. If you don't have a block, a rolled up towel or a blanket or a pillow works fine. Just fold the pillow if it's a skinny one. Soles of the feet come towards the hips. Lift the hips and slide the block underneath. So probably not on the highest setting. Maybe not even on the lowest setting. That might not be enough height for you. And then the arms just come out towards the sides on a diagonal. And again, feel for the grounding, feel for the feet. Maybe even lift the toes and kind of wiggle the soles of the feet a little bit. And lay them down. Feel that grounding in the hips. Take a couple of extra breaths there to really sink the weight of the hips. Feel the backs of the shoulders and the heart. Back of the head. And then let your awareness invert and just come to the spaces that feel light. The heart, maybe. The belly. The palms of the hands. Notice with your breath how those spaces of lightness respond to that nourishment of the inhale. And gently turn the palms down. Press down with the feet, engage the belly, and just enough lift the hips that you can slide that block or blanket or pillow or whatever you got going on out to the side. Take the arms up overhead, grab for opposite elbows, walk the feet wide, and let the knees fall side to side. And then just start to lengthen them down along the mat, maybe keeping with that side to side motion. The legs get straighter and longer, the knees keep moving side to side. And then big stretch. And exhale. Let the arms and the legs find Shavasana. Staying with the breath, maybe just with a bit more attention. Just noticing the edges of the inhales and the exhales. The soft
life force here as we lay on our backs, not asking the breath to change shape in any way. May the nourishment of the earth be yours. May the clarity of the light be yours. May the fluency of the ocean be yours. May the protection of the ancestors be yours. And so may a slow wind work these words of love around you, an invisible cloak to mind your life. From John O'Donohue. Really gently start to bring some gentle movement into the body. Maybe deepening the breath as well, your own time, your own way. Starting to wake up on the back space of this final resting posture. When you're ready, you can find your way onto your side body. And we'll just take a beat there to breathe. Before finally coming on up into an easy seat. Just come in right away as the spine finds that center line into, if you were working with a mantra during class, just like a Jedi, right into that clarity, right into that center line. Maybe coming back to those words. And bringing the hands to heart center. Gently pressing left to right, taking a breath in. And on an exhale, a gentle bow of the chin towards the chest here, acknowledging everything that conspired for you to land you on the mat today, to give you this space to practice, to move, to play in this laboratory that is our mat, this dojo that is our mat. And then we'll bring the thumbs up to the third eye, lifting the chin slightly in acknowledgement of this space, these people who came to practice, to form this community. Thanks for the practice and for the lessons the practice may have given us, subtle and otherwise. And for all this, we'll fold forward, sealing our time together today and sending these as gifts out into the world where they're needed. Namaste, everybody.